Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm here to talk about one of my favorite metal albums from the late 1990s, and it is going to be Slipknot's self-titled album because today is going to be the 22nd anniversary of this debut album from Slipknot. I know this isn't the original version of the album released on June 22nd, 1999. This is actually the reissue, which was released later in 1999. But either way, though, I'm glad I could talk about this album. No, this is not going to be an album review, just going to be a shorter video where I talk about this album and how it brought up metal and new metal and all that in the late 90s. So yeah, with that being said, though, let's go and get started. Okay, so this version has 14 tracks, not 15. This version, like I just said, is not the original version from 1999. Yes, it has the same songs, but it replaced Purity and Frail song or whatever that one was called. Can't remember the rest of it by heart, but yeah, those two tracks or whatever were taken off of this version because of some controversy or whatever, very controversial stuff with this album, so that's why they ended up re-releasing it. So yeah, some of my favorites on here though would be Sick, Eyeless, Wait and Bleed, Surfacing, which Surfacing is one of my favorite Slipknot songs of all time. I just love how fucking pissed off Corey Taylor is in that song. Just fucking love it. One of my favorite Slipknot songs of all time. Spit It Out is another classic. Liberate. Of course, the song Me Inside. Really good shit there too. So yeah, this album put nu metal on the map in the late 1990s, along with bands like Korn, Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park. Well, Linkin Park wasn't technically in the 90s, but they were formed in the 1990s though, but they didn't release their debut until 2000. But yeah, Linkin Park was a bigger band in the 2000s instead of the 90s, but you guys know what I mean. But yeah, nu metal was big in the 90s, early 90s through the early part of the 2000s. So yeah, this was one of the biggest metal albums of 1999, not just for Slipknot, but for nu metal. So yeah, lots of great material here on this album. One of their best albums as well. And for this album, this is the only Slipknot album that I would actually consider as nu metal, because the rest of their stuff is actually heavier than this. But regardless of that though, this is still one of Slipknot's best albums to date. Not my number one Slipknot album, but it is very close. And at number two, my favorite Slipknot album, of course, would be 2001's Iowa. But yeah, the self-titled album, though, is still fucking fantastic. This version is censored because my mom's ex-boyfriend ended up giving me this about going on 3 or 4 years ago. But I still kept it anyhow because it's a Slipknot album and because it's a good album. Don't matter if it's censored or not, I still wanted to keep it regardless of those things. But yeah, man, this album is fucking amazing. It put Slipknot on the map, not just as a band, but as a nu metal band, because like I just said a little bit ago, the 90s was really big for nu metal and the nu metal scene in general. So yeah, guys, I really don't know what else to say about this album, but I think I've said some really good stuff here about this album. Not an album review, I just wanted to talk about it for its 22nd year anniversary. So yeah, happy 22 years of Slipknot and their debut album, self-titled debut album. So yeah, guys, let me know what y'all think of this Slipknot album and all that good shit, and yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Stay metal, rock on, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, and yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.